Actually, I ain't even got it in me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We just got back from vacation. Welcome to In This House.
In this house.
We back with episode dos. I told y'all my
Okay.
Spanish was gonna get better. And look
Okay.
at me,
Okay.
making strides. It's your boy, Big Trent. Who are you today?
We big Jade in this thing today, okay?
Oh, and we just got back from Florida. That's why we looking all comfy. We just be happy we bringing it to y'all. I'm playing. That sounded so rude, didn't it? It did. I'm playing. That's how tired we are. So if I'm a little ornery on this episode, y'all know why. But nah, 4 a.m. flights to get back.
Child.
Like getting 3 kids ready by.
Child. Children.
But before we get into all that, last time we was with y'all, we talked about moving into our new place, talked about having a new baby boy around, and y'all sent us in a bunch of comments, some DMs, and David, I don't know about you, but the guy, the advocate, they funny as hell. And I ain't soft or whipped or simping. It's called
In love. Okay.
And it's called Wanting a Peaceful, Happy Life. And I'm telling you, you take those tips and tricks, you will have a peaceful, happy life also. But yes, I hope anything that we talked about in that episode, y'all was able to grasp onto, maybe a little bit, something to help y'all. Once again, I'm tired.
I was like complete sentences, baby.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You're doing great.
Yeah. But today, baby, what are we gonna be talking about?
We're gonna be talking about how we traveled. Hold on.
See?
How we traveled as a family of 5.
A family of 5.
When I tell you, from the day that we left, we had what, an hour and a half of sleep, if that. If that. Because of baby boy waking up in the middle of the night and my daughter waking up with, what was she having?
The little
nightmare.
Yeah. But and then between packing and trying, because we wanted to surprise the girls, so we had to keep everything hidden. Like
yeah. So we had to pack, but then pretend like yeah.
It was a time.
It's a time. And then Malaya was awarded Student of the Month.
Oh yeah! Shout out to the baby girl.
Right.
Shout out to her.
Go girl, but she didn't know, so that was also a surprise. So it was just a day full of surprises, honestly. So what we starting with? What we gonna let them know?
I was gonna say, can I start this one?
Do your thing.
So y'all know on this podcast, it's a perspective thing. We come from 2 different ways of life, and we're trying to figure out this stuff together. And my perspective, once again, being a single man for years before me and her started dating, not having any kids and being my first kid, all my vacations were me. They were either me or the family, but I only had to worry about me. You know what I'm saying? And so now, having 4 other bodies that you gotta keep track of, and knowing like their kids, I can't wait till he get older, but their kids, you're probably just gonna be holding him, keeping up with him. So all the heavy lifting is gonna be done by me. So
baby, you just out here building muscle. That's all you're doing.
But not even for real. I get, like, I used to hear dudes be like, dad strength. It's a real thing. Because of these moments, it's stuff like that. We're literally doing all the lifting. So I even understand that. But honestly, jumping into this dad life thing head first, for that being our first vacation, I thought it was going to be so much chaos and disaster. And it went so smoothly.
It was so fun.
And so it was so much fun. I didn't miss out on anything by even holding him or watching the babies or doing stuff with I had such a good time. And I guess that showed me, if you really ready for this dad life, if you're really all in, you're gonna find beautiful fun moments still. Like, you're not going to miss your old life. You're not going to be missing vacation with the boys, shotgunning, taking shots all night, waking up. Like, and even that, we're drinking, we having some drinks and shots, and it never felt like I'm out of control. It never felt like something is about to go. You know, when you're out with a bunch of adult friends, you like, somebody's gonna pop off, especially when alcohol is in the mix, different personality. I didn't have to worry about none of that.
It's a little different now, because now with 3 kids, it's like, which one of them about to pop off?
Yeah.
But even that, they did it.
But I also feel like that because we semi had a plan when we went down there. We always had something for them to do. Yeah. They was always occupied and kind of in their own world to where we could enjoy our vacation too, have some peace. And just sitting there in the sun was good enough for me. I didn't need to be doing nothing.
Love the sun.
Yes.
When any opportunity he had to be out in the sun, he's sleeping outside. How many mosquito bites do you think you have?
So many.
We were trying to count.
We got to like 30 and said, nah, it's too many.
And then fun fact, I didn't know this. And again, I talked about this last episode. I'm working on listening to understand why. I didn't know my baby was allergic to mosquito bites.
Yeah. Like, she saw I had got one on my hand, and my hand just, it's and I'm just walking around like nothing. I'm like, oh, I've seen this before. She's like, what happened to your hand? I'm like, I've told you this before.
It was looking like the glove from SpongeBob. Like, it was huge.
Yeah, but even that, I'm not going to let it ruin my good time. I'm not about to let it ruin my good time or ruin nobody else's good time.
And I think that's why we mesh so well together.
Yeah.
We
love a good time.
We love a good time.
We gonna do anything to keep this good time going.
What.
Yeah. So for me, like, once again, going from vacationing for 1 and then for 5, I feel like the difference is you gotta want to do it. You gotta want to be here, but it's still just as fun. It was so small, and I feel like I got more memories from this vacation than any other in my life because I'm not drunk. I'm not blacking out. I'm not, but I can remember the day of that we hopping on the plane, 6 a.m. That's earlier than we wake up usually. And we just went to bed at what, 4:30, 5 o'clock?
Yep.
Malaya is super excited because she got student on a month. She's up and ready to go to school. And so from 6 a.m. until probably 1 in the morning down in Florida after flying, and we didn't get no sleep until then. And I still was not like, this is awful. This is a terrible start. Got rained on the first night we was out there. Still didn't feel like it was a bad time.
We touched down and still went to Universal Boardwalk.
Yeah.
And by the end of the night, when we were kind of like recapping the day and we were talking to Malaya about her student of the month, she was like, Mom, that happened yesterday. Baby.
That was this morning.
I know we done so much today, but that was this morning.
That was this morning. And I will say it was different even vacationing with family. The purpose was different. Like, even just sitting out on the balcony in the morning having coffee with you. I was like, this is so romantic.
It is.
I loved it. So I guess that was my perspective from the vacation. It was very smooth. And going forward, I probably only want to have dad vacations.
Period.
Yeah.
I love that for you. Love that. I'll say this was very smooth.
Wait.
Oh.
When I say dad vacations, I mean like even how we had some friends down there, we got to mingle.
Yeah.
If I had those dads and y'all not like dad vacation,
No, it was really good. We had our friends down there, and shout out to Dresha and Musa.
Y'all are some real ones.
Just shout out.
Yes.
Because we had to stay at their place. So the first night we stayed at a hotel, enjoyed that pool, and then we ended up staying at their apartment, and they have a pool out there too, so it was really nice.
Yeah.
My perspective of this trip, fun. It was just fun. It was a good mixture of relaxing and getting out. I think this is the most I've ever done in Florida. And I go to Florida
all the time.
all the time. I love just hopping on a flight real quick and going to go visit family. Shout out to Portia.
Yeah.
My girl.
She was such a good time.
Such a good time. And that's another thing too. She was in the middle of moving. like from her apartment, and she still took time out of her. She was what, apartment, school, work, and she still took time to come hang out with us. So love you, cuz. But I will say, I love to travel. I travel with and without my kids, so it was easy with Malaya and Ava because they kind of knew the deal. They had made sure we charged their tablets, got their gum ready for the plane ride, and they put on their headphones. They were straight. Got them some snacks, so they were good. It was more so the baby that I was just like, I wasn't too nervous because he is such a good baby.
Right.
And I'm a little delulu, so like I don't think about just a little. I don't think about, what can go wrong. I don't focus on that. I focus on,
everything that's about to go right. Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel, but that perspective even helped. Once again, we're not trying to ruin the good time.
Exactly.
How can we keep it going?
Exactly. And we bought him the noise canceling headphones, and he almost left them. Shout out to my mom for coming back to the airport. But even that, I wasn't mad. Things happen. And he ran out back to the TSA line where they
I'm talking to the TSA lady. I'm like, I know I can't go back out, but it's going to be a short Mexican lady. She got gray hair. She's bringing, and she's like, yeah, I got you.
Beautiful
but if you make a mistake,
beautiful.
Do what you got to do to make up for that mistake. It's not like I was like, well, can you go get the head? No, it's my fault, so I'm gonna do it.
Period. Love that. So yeah, with that, and then I breastfed during takeoff, and that made the world of a difference too. Because it was a 2.5-hour plane ride. Breastfed him, put on his little headphones, and then I had to get him used to the headphones. So we put the headphones on him the night before because I'm like, he didn't like that thing. He was sitting there like, get this off me. But he was out the entire time, so it was perfect. And then just traveling with people made it so much easier. Like the night that we left to come back home, shout out to you for you put everything together. Like I got to get a little more winks of sleep because of that. I'm sitting here with baby boy. I'm tired. We still got a 2-month-old.
Yeah.
So like we're still tired. But you made everything a lot smoother. So yeah, this was super fun. Like we got to go to between Universal, Boardwalk, Disney Springs, Winter Garden. We went to our friend's resort, Cocoa Beach, and the food truck, the big ass food truck. I know, son.
You want to? So, I'm sorry. He was getting a little restless. He wanted to meet y'all. So, everybody, this is Lil Trent, Baby Deuce. Say hi. As y'all can see, he got a little tan, too. He was down there in the sun. He enjoyed it. Yeah. He did so good.
He did so good. Shout out to you, baby.
Shout out to you, baby.
But this is what I love. Like, this is the beginning of, like, his life. He's 2 months old and we traveling. Like,
that's wild to me. I don't remember my first plane ride. My mom said it was when I was 1. But, like, in my life, remember it. I was, like, 15, 16 by the time I hopped on a plane.
Yeah,
2 months old. Yeah.
Here.
He gonna know a whole different type of life.
All the little girls gonna be like, I want to go on a date with him.
Right.
Set the bar.
I'm telling you.
Just kidding. He can't date.
Not until he's 22.
Okay. 22.
It don't exist. That's what I was saying. It's the age that's not here. So he never gonna be dated.
Never. But yeah, it was. You always have a good attitude about things, and I think I do too. So no matter if we get a little frustrated here and there.
But even like so. The last time we were in Florida with Moose and Drake, once again, shout out to y'all.
And it was just a couple's trip.
It was just a couple's trip, and it was super fun. It kind of felt that same way. We touched down, and it was just a weekend.
Yeah.
We touched down, and we was just moving, doing.
That trip, we literally got ready at the airport. We wasn't wasting no time.
Yeah, but now what? 2 years later, going down there, seeing them again. Like all of our kids are together. It still felt just as good.
Yep.
Just as good.
It was lovely.
Yes.
The girls had a good time. They are
really
so
enjoyed it.
spoiled. When they finally figured out, like, put two and two together that we're going somewhere, because I was like, oh, we're gonna drop off my mom at the airport, and they're like, well, why is she driving? Why are
Our bags in the back?
And it's April 1st, so I'm like, what if I'm trying to trick you? You never know. Like, April Fools.
It's not a joke.
And then they were like, we're either going to, where do you think we're going, Malaya? It's like, we're either going to Florida or California. I'm like, y'all a little spoiled.
I mean, but
I love that.
I love it. I love it
too.
for sure. The fact that we could do that for our kids. Once again, if you all in on this parent stuff, this life is so fun.
It is.
So much fun.
It is. Through the ups and downs.
So, seeing everything that we did on the vacation, your perspectives from doing it as a single mom and now having a partner with you, what are 3 pieces of advice that you would give to people when traveling with family?
Yeah. I will say when I used to be scared. I'm not going to lie. The first couple times, because I think the first time me and the girls went on a flight, just us 3, we went to Florida. And I flew into MCO, that big-ass airport. Never again. That was my last time flying into MCO. I now always fly into Sanford. So going from our airport, Grand Rapids Airport, which is smaller, nicer too. So going from that airport to Sanford, and they're like about the same size, that makes all of the difference. I'm only doing direct flights if I can help it. I mean, with a family, that's key. Because layovers that would be the worst. Making sure, and just it's all in the prep. It's all in the prep. So making sure that kids get good amount of sleep, that their tablets are charged, that the snacks are packed, that gum for the takeoff and landing. Make sure they have gum, something to chew on. The noise canceling headphones, breastfeeding during takeoff and landing.
Yeah.
All that. It's all in the prep.
You know it.
And I don't think if I wouldn't have traveled that much by myself, I wouldn't have known those little tips.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you said something to me while we were down in Florida that like, I didn't realize. I mean, I didn't realize it until you put it into perspective. You were just like, shout out to you because you've been doing this on your own. Like,
yeah.
And I just be doing shit 10 times out of 10. So it was nice to just sit back and just be like, wow, I do. Like the girls are used to traveling. We are used to doing that. But having you around, I'll say helped a lot with like not having to have my guard up all the time. Yeah. Because when it's just me and the girls, I am like a hawk and I'm like keeping y'all, and I don't like, I almost had bought those
bands.
To like connect all 3 of us. I don't play about that. I don't care what we look like. I don't care what people think. Like I'm trying to keep my kids close.
I feel it.
So a lot of times you were just in the back with the stroller, just making sure that you could
see everything.
And it just helped me. It let me be a soft girl. I got to be a passenger princess. I love that for me. So
that was like 11 things, but I feel it. All of them is equally important.
Okay.
All of them is equally important.
What do you think? How? I mean, you already answered that question, but like, what are some tips that you would give some dads? What were some tips you would give?
Don't underestimate. Once again, 90 to 95% of the heavy lifting and transitioning thing, drive, and just taking is going to be on you. But don't underestimate that 5%. But like even being able to breastfeed him on the plane and keep him quiet. Yeah. If I'm doing this by myself, I don't. So I would have to get a bottle out. I would have to tame him there. Like in that little things like that to where I could do my job. It made it so much easier. So respect the position.
That part. Like it is more than 5%. But keep going.
I'm just putting it in perspective. But the men's. Like, it's just inevitable. I'm going to have to do more. Like you were saying, you could not worry about those things because I'm worrying about them. But that don't mean that, and just because I'm worried about all that, I didn't think about grabbing the water. You're like, oh, don't worry about it, baby. I got you one. Don't underestimate that. Yeah.
More than 5% though.
Oh, my gosh.
Here you go, baby. This is your perspective. My bad. Look, let me.
2, roll with the flow. Roll with the flow of anything. Like, once again, don't try to ruin a good time just because plans are going awry. Like, you could still have fun if it's not exactly what y'all wanted to do. If y'all ended up somewhere, like our first day out there, we went to Universal, it started raining. We're literally not walking to attraction to attraction, just waiting outside the restaurant because it's pouring down. But we didn't let that stop us. We found memories out of that. We bought these little ponchos, and we crack up every time we see that picture now. And it's roll with the flow. Roll with the flow.
So you had to buy those $80 ponchos to go outside and it stopped raining. Because you know Florida rain. And I knew that. But anyway.
Yeah. And double down, plan and prepare as much as you can. Even though we was up until 3, 4 in the morning, packing and getting everything ready, it was so nice to just put it in the car, to grab know exactly where everything is at, put his stroller in the back. Like, it just made everything so much smoother. If you prepare, what is it? Proper planning prevents poor performance. Okay?
I know that.
Yeah, 5 P's.
I like that.
So get into it.
I like that.
Get into
and
it.
Even stuff like that, you be teaching me about that. Because sometimes I be moving so fast that I just don't know where I put things. And so he'll ask me where something, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I'm just moving. But I know I got it.
Yeah.
But I know I got it.
And that's when we go back to understanding, you know? That's what that's where relationships take understanding. But once again, if you do these things, if you really in it trying, it gets so much fun. It gets better. It's so dope. It's so dope. And then you start realizing life ain't gonna slow down. Because now next week we got her birthday and a bunch of other events happening and coming up. And we just, like, the parents, I know it's hard to continue keeping the romance and the fun and the spontaneity in it when you got life happening, but it's possible. I'll be looking at her sometimes like, man, you just hope we got 3 minutes. What's up? Do what you got to do, because it
that
does
was funny, son. You made me laugh.
How you think you got here? I mean, it was longer than 3 minutes. Don't do me.
All right. Next time.
But yes. So the next time y'all see us, we're going to have another week of craziness with her birthday. Ooh, baby. You trying to let them know? What was you on?
I was on, I'll just say, a national news.
Oh, yeah, we can't say it. Y'all lucky.
Just
but it's going to be a big week. So next time you see us, I'm going to be less tired. I'm going to be done up and with a smile of proudness on my face.
It's not as Big Jade in this thing.
Big Jade in this thing. So once again, listen, find the love. It's possible. You don't have to do some work, but it's possible. You hear him? He's saying, find the love. Find the love. Nah, but here's your boy, Big Trent, and Little Trent this time.
And Big Jade.
You've been watching In This House. We keep it real, raw, and we give it to y'all. Hey, we'll catch y'all next time. Holla.
Peace. Baby, you really came up with that, like, on the fly.
On the spot.
And now that's the thing.
It's real. It's raw.
We're giving it to y'all. Okay.
Oh, yeah.